Oh man, so another strong day for Luna, up 4%, but there's a key level which I have to make you guys aware of. Plus, Avalanche is coming up to a critical point which I'm going to share with you in this video. So stay tuned till the very end, guys. I'm going to update you on both Luna and Avalanche, two of the solid layer 1 solutions which we cover on this channel, which have been doing pretty well recently, and I need to bring it to your attention. But first, let's take a look at the trusted Bitcoin, because we need Bitcoin to continue to hold some bullish momentum for us to be able to do what we need to do on our altcoins. And what you can see here is, if I just go to the file, it's a little bit clearer. We obviously broke out from our descending wedge, okay? We broke out from our descending wedge, which we were in for quite some time, and we followed this breakout to the upside. You saw here that our technical price target was the top of the wedge, which we've just wicked to, and then the bears pushed us back down. And at this point, when we first got our initial breakdown, I did mention to wait for a calling off to the resistance line turn support. We managed to curl over a bit quicker at our horizontal support of 47,850, which was great news. We had some solid bounce to the upside. We've now had a consolidation period, and we've come back down low. Very critical next couple of 4 hourly candles here, because if I bring up the EMA ribbon, you will see that we are now testing our EMA ribbon again. We tested it here, explosive move to the upside. Consolidation, come to test EMA ribbon. Are we going to get that explosive move up? Very important that we manage to create higher lows and higher highs so we can continue our reversal pattern out from the descending pattern which we were just in over the last couple of weeks. That's really important. If we can continue to see that, then what I'm going to show you here with the layer 1 solutions are going to follow its bullish scenario, because as we know, we haven't had a decoupling yet. If Bitcoin does well, the layer 1 solutions and pretty much all coins in general will start to now move at a multiple of the pace that Bitcoin is able to move. And the clues you will now get are the coins which are moving the fastest now. As Bitcoin has a couple of percent up, 1%, 2% up, which are the coins that are moving 8, 9, 10%? Those are the ones which have the mind share of institutional and retail investors right now, and those are the ones which can give you some confidence that are being picked up at the moment and can move explosively to the upside. So whilst I load up Luna, guys, don't forget to smash up the like button, subscribe, because if you appreciate this blend between technical and fundamental analysis, this is the place to be. Make sure you're subscribed and locked into these videos, guys. And as we can see, Luna is another one that we've been following for a long time on this channel, guys. You can see our analysis going back quite a while before we entered this ascending wedge. And I did say that, look, guys, we're in a very powerful move. We had a fake out to the downside, went straight back in here, corrected to the bottom of the channel, and then we had a breakout to the upside. Now, this was my first set of Fibonacci targets, and I said initially back when we were all the way over here that we need to hit 76.79. As you can see, we smashed through that, guys, and we've already wicked above $100 here on Luna. So fantastic move on Luna. But what I want to share with you is a few important things here. Now, in my previous video, I did share my new price target, which of the medium term is $140 here on Luna at the 1.618 Fibonacci level. But before then, we have the psychological resistance, which we're fighting right now at $100. Okay, guys? So at $100, you've got a bit of psychological resistance here. We can even put ourselves a little bit of a horizontal trend just about there at 100, very roughly, because that's where we're going to face that kind of resistance. So you've seen here we've kind of tried up, got rejected a little bit early, wicked above it, came back down again. So we're having a good couple of fights here on the 4 hourly candles, and if we go to the hourly candles, you'll see that we are testing it multiple times, trying to breach this level. I suspect once we manage to push through there, then the next target is going to be our 118 level, the next Fibonacci line. But don't be surprised on the downside. This is what I wanted to make you aware of. If we get a little bit of a calling off, and the particular level which I want to point out to for a calling off is your first point of call is your 0.786 mark on this Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so we could get a little bit of calling off at the 0.786 mark, which would be $87. But I think the more powerful support level, was resistance turn support level, is this level at about $77. Okay, because this level ties in with not only the golden ratio from our initial move, our initial price target, which I said of $76, which also, by the way, tied in with our technical target from our ascending channel. Okay, you can see that with the violet line, but also it's a 0.618 of our new Fibonacci retracement as well. Okay, so don't be surprised if we get a little bit of a calling down before heading back up and creating a new high and moving onwards. Okay, but longer term price target remains at $140 here on Luna, and for me that is just the start from a fundamental perspective. If you haven't watched my videos trying to break down, really it's just me roaming around with my camera, and I'm just trying to break down for you guys in very simple layman terms. I don't get anything out of making this complicated for you guys. I've never understood those YouTubers that would just use technical jargon to complicate people. I often find that the people that understand concepts the best are those that can explain it most simply, so I just try to explain it in layman's terms. hopefully that gives you an understanding of why I'm so bullish on a project like Luna, as well as a lot of the other layer one solutions. I continue to hold my conviction in the layer one space as a narrative. I can put my hand up and say, look, I don't know which one's going to win. Is Phantom going to win more than Luna? Is Luna going to win more than Cardano? We don't know, but you can place your bets in some of your favorite high conviction plays and bet on the narrative, which is layer one solutions are going to be in high demand. ETH 2.0 could be delayed again, right? Layer 2 solutions could be popular because of that. That's why we cover Polygon. We know Polkadot is doing well in its parachains. Could that be the play, right? We cover Matic for like I just said, Polygon Matic in terms of our layer 2, and then we look at other things as well, okay? So that's really important that you build up those narratives, and you can see here Luna is looking pretty strong right now. This is a very big move, and it's just moving from strength to strength. I mean, if you thought this upward channel was strong, now we're going into an upward channel steeper than the previous upward channel, which is how you get your parabolic move to the upside. But as always, whenever you see this, guys, my radar just goes off. You know, my spidey sense just goes off that, look, we need a little bit of a cooling off, and the conservative nature of me here is just that, okay, can we get a little bit of cooling off, maybe even come test, you know, the 80 levels, be a nice little dip by there as well, just to retest some of these levels, you know, because you can see that's where we got rejected from that point. It was also the high from our Fibonacci level. It makes sense if we just had a little bit of a cooling off here, consolidated, people could buy the dip, and then we can head on higher to 118 and then 140 target. So Luna is looking pretty good. Now, moving on to Avalanche, and again, guys, you're gonna want to watch this to the very end, because with Avalanche here, we are now approaching a very critical level, which I'm going to make you aware of, and you need to know about what's going on here. If you invest in Avalanche, or you want to as well, you want to hear this level. Now, what happened here, we were in this downward resistance, okay, on Avalanche, and you can see we characterized by many rejections here, and finally we got our breakout to the upside. Now, if you go back a few videos when I was talking about Avalanche, you will see that I drew this upward trend before we got this little, what we had going on here in the last couple of hours, okay? So this line was drawn days ago, and you can see we had a good bounce off of it. We managed to create higher lows, which was fantastic. If you see here, low and a higher low, a high and a higher high, fantastic. Now it's critical that we bounce here. We get a higher low and we create a higher high, okay? So we need to get the bounce off there. And more importantly now, if I bring out the EMA ribbon, look how this ties in, guys. You can see here on the 4-hourly chart, this is where it gets a bit worrying, and this is what I wanted to bring to your attention, because these 4-hourly closes here suggest on the 4-hourly we have closed bearish here on Avalanche, okay? Not an issue for me just yet, unless we create a lower low. If we get below this level here, let's see if we can give you guys an exact price here. If we get below the levels of 100, okay, so if we get to, we're at 100 level right now, if we close below 100, then you've got a lower low, and then you're getting into some sideways action. But for us to keep our bullish bias, we've really got to bounce off of this, get above our 4-hour EMA ribbon, preferably above the 120 mark, and start creating higher highs above this line here at 126, okay? We already wicked here at a 127. We'll need to create a higher high for us to keep this upward trend. But if we move over to the let's do to the daily here on Avalanche, you will see that we don't quite have an issue just yet, okay? Oops, bring this back up, head back over to Avalanche. So on the daily, you will see that we don't quite have that issue just yet. So if I show you here, what we have here is our daily candle. This is what we're looking at here. And you can see our upward trend here. We are still super bullish, okay? So we flipped bullish here on this day, on the 15th of December here on Avalanche, and we had our move to the upside. We are still well above our EMA ribbon. For us to flip bearish on the daily, we'd have to close below about 96, okay? So we got plenty of breathing room here. Even if we flip bearish for a little bit on the 4-hourly, it doesn't change things on the daily. As long as we get a good bounce from here and start creating high highs, this upward trend can continue along this white line. So critical moment here for Avalanche. You need to keep an eye on this and see how this progresses over the next few days. There you go, guys. There is your update on Luna and Avalanche. Guys, just as a fair warning, don't forget, during festive periods, volumes are low, okay? So be cautious if you're trading on shorter time frames. If you're a long-term investor like me, don't be too concerned. You're just watching the charts. You want to know what's going on. You're not placing any short-term trades right now. Then it's not an issue. If you're trading on a short-term time frame, remember, volumes can be low. And when volumes are low, the movements can sometimes mask underlying trends, okay? So you can get upward moves to the upside, but when the volume comes back in, when people get back to their desks and institutional retail traders start opening up their portfolios again, you will see they'll start to make a few trades, and we'll see the true direction of the market. So trade with a bit of caution, be a bit attentive to what's going on, and just be a bit cautious as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash up the like button, subscribe if you enjoy this blend between technicals and fundamentals, and also the pinned comment will be the link to our free public Discord server, guys. Over 300 people in there talking crypto, sharing their favorite coins, sharing chart patterns, helping each other out. You can tag me in any questions as well, and also you'll be able to vote on which coins you want covered here on this channel. So the reason we're covering Luna, the reason we cover Avalanche and Phantom is not only because I think they're great projects, but also because you guys want to know what is going on. And I'm here to provide you that blend between technicals and fundamentals. So as always, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.